crossover this year. I mean, obviously the crossover is a big deal every year.
Yeah.
Two questions on this is one, what's the overall feeling about Crisis on Infinite Earths being it? And two, how much of a pain in the ass is it? So it's both of those things.
Oh, we could talk all day about that. But I'll be honest with you. I think Crisis happening when it's happening now has turned out to be the biggest blessing for this show possible. Because what it's doing for us is we have something that has to be dealt with in the middle of our season. We know it's going to air in the fall, in December, whatever it is, right? So we have to drive towards that. So it gave us a season that broke very neatly into kind of three sections. Pre-crisis, building up to the dread that's hanging over them, and what's going to happen, and where's the monitor, and what is he going to promise or not promise, what's going to happen to Oliver, all these things. And then Crisis itself, which is its own self-contained kind of mini-series. But what it did for us was, what's post-crisis even look like? We've been waiting for 5.5 years. We've been waiting for 5.5 years with this newspaper holographic thing hanging over us. Well, we're here now. It's not 2024, it's 2019. Once we get past that, it's a whole new game. It's a whole new world, and I'm a very comic book geeky guy. So let the geeky comic book games begin, starting in post-crisis. And I think you're going to see that in season 6, a little bit more of a comic book feel, while also deepening the character emotions.
So the comic book is really big and sprawling because
Yes, it is.
I actually read it recently.
God bless you.
Occasionally, I do want to do some research. I know it's shocking, but I actually read it. So, is there anything from the comic that you wanted to do that you couldn't do, and is there anything that you wanted to do that you could do, and you were like, "Wow, we did it"?
There are things in the Crisis comic book that we wanted to do and are doing that are insanely huge and crazy. I think the scope of this is going to kind of blow people away, but also the intimacy of the character journeys. Because, I mean, we all heard what the monitor said last year to Oliver. That's a big deal. So we have to deal with that. And if Oliver is Barry's mentor, what does the mentee think about that? So a lot of the things that we want to do from the comic book, you will see. Maybe not in the exact version of the comic book, because we have to update it. That was 30 years ago. And as you said, it was more of the times. As far as things that we couldn't do that we wanted to do, I can't think of anything because we're doing almost everything.
How huge the scope of the crossover is. How has that impacted the way you're telling the first half of the season? Like, are you kind of doling out the villain of the year differently? Are you kind of introducing the new kind of team Flash animated that you can speak to about that?
Great question. What it's made us do is make the villain's agenda burn so much hotter than it has in previous seasons. Because by the time you get to Crisis, stuff has to really happen. So when eventually we're going to reveal the villain, the panel and whatnot, and then I think this will all make a lot more sense. But when you kind of see what we're doing, which is, I think, I'm calling this the season of thrills and chills. That's kind of the marching orders for season 6. There's a reason for that, because what Team Flash is facing with Crisis is so sad and poignant and horrific, knowing what could happen. I mean, the world might end. What does that do to our heroes? It makes them become more heroic.